Welcome to Cuckoo Crazy Crochet. Hi, my name is Ronnie, and today we're going to talk about the Mario blanket. So, what you need to do is you need to either pull up on your phone or on your computer like I'm doing, and we're going to Google the picture. So in the search bar, you need to type in pixel art and hit enter. So now I'm going to zoom in because you need to see exactly what I'm doing. And I need to move my camera, just hang on. Okay, so you see up here where it says all pictures, books, blah blah blah. You need to make sure that your images are on. So once your images are on, as you can see here, and zoom out just a little, there's a whole bunch of pictures. So we're going to go over here, and you see Mario. Right here is Mario. You need to click on it. And that will bring up all the pictures for Mario. So what I did was I clicked on this Mario. I don't know why it's so sideways. And this is the picture that I made my blanket off of. Now, what you can do is you can take, let's zoom in just a little bit. I'll teach you how to save it to your computer. You right click on it, which brings up this menu, and you scroll down to Save Image As, and you click on it. That will bring up another window, this window here. Of course, on yours it'll be different. And you push save, and that will save it to your computer, or that will save it to your phone. So now let's go over to the desk and I'll tell you what you need. So the colors you will need is red, tan, brown, black, blue, yellow, and white. And I have wrote down the number of squares you need. So let me tell you about that. Red, you need 40. Tan, 47. Brown, 24. Black, 7. Blue, 31. Yellow, 2. And 119 white. Now that's just to make the rectangle Afghan. So now I'm going to take this red yarn, because I need a couple more squares of this red yarn, and I'm going to teach you how to make the squares. So like always, move this aside. You will need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, because you'll have lots and lots of tails to weave in. I'm using a 5mm hook and whatever yarn you're going to start off with. The thing I did was I started with the least amount of squares and went from there. But I actually got lucky this time around because I had a lot of squares left over from a project that someone had ordered. I got all the squares then, and then they decided they didn't want it. So I just packed up all those squares, put them in a box, and good thing I did, and I almost threw them away, but I'm glad I kept them for this project. So get your hook and your yarn ready and I'll teach you how to make squares. Okay, so first off we need to make a magic circle. If you're not comfortable doing the magic circle, you can chain 4, slip stitch into the first chain, and then that will be your magic circle. So first off we need to chain 3, this square is just a granny square, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you anyway in case we've got some new people here that don't know how to do that. We're going to make 2, this chain 3 does count as a double crochet. We're going to make 2 more double crochets. So yarn over, go in the loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, and go through 2 loops. There is your double crochet. Again, yarn over, go in the magic circle and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops. Now you need to chain 2 and make 3 more double crochets. Chain 2, 3 more double crochets. Chain 2, 3 more double crochets. You should have 4 sets of double crochets. Now we're going to close up the magic circle. And you can do 2 double crochets right here, but I'm going to do a half a double crochet because I want to stay in this corner, and a half a double crochet will help me do that. So I'm going to place it in the top of that chain 3. And now we're going to chain 3, place 2 more double crochets in that same space, and we're going to skip over to the corner. And in the corner you will do 3 double crochets, a chain of 2, and 3 double crochets. We're going to go over to the next corner and we're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. You have 1 more corner. I'm going to let you do that on your own. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. So now we're back to the very first corner. We need to finish it. So we need to place 3 double crochets, chain 2, and slip stitch into the top of that first chain 3. Chain 1 and cut your yarn. Okay, so this is all the bigger my squares are, and that's because of the project that I already had worked on. Now you can make your squares much bigger. Of course, in the corners you would do 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and then in each space on the sides you would just place 3 double crochets. And you would continue to do that and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Of course, the bigger your squares are, the bigger your blanket's going to be. My blanket isn't very big, but still I didn't have very many squares that I needed to make. Just had to put all those little suckers together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple more of these little red squares, and I'm going to show you how to crochet them together. I started doing the invisible stitch to crochet them together, but that was just taking way too much time. I ended up just crocheting them together. It's not fully done yet because I had to make more squares. So before I get this video out, I will take a picture of it and I will put it at the end of the video. So take this time and make up some more squares, and I'm going to pause here and make a couple more squares, and then I'll show you how to put them together. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my squares. I already had the white ones done, so I didn't have to do them, just the red ones. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to flip them over, put the front sides on the front sides, and I'm going to get my white yarn, pull out some here. And we're going to start with the slip knot on our hook, and I will zoom in a little bit so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to single crochet these together. So let's zoom in. We're going to scoot these to the side, and I'm going to start with the red ones. Making sure the corners, you need to make sure that your single crochets while your double crochets are the same on both sides. And I go in from the very first, let me zoom in just a little more. That's all the further I can zoom in. I can't wait to get a new camera. Hopefully this is not too blurry for you. So I'm going to pull up the back loops on the first piece, just one loop, and I'm going to pull up the back loop on the second piece, the front loop on the first piece, and the back loop on the second piece. And then I'm just going to go yarn over hook and go through the loop. So now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, and pull through both those loops. And then I'm going to go to the next stitch and do the same thing. And I'm going to place single crochet all the way across. You can do any kind you want. You can whip stitch it with a needle and thread. You can crochet it, you can slip stitch it. It's your blanket, so you make it what you want. Or how you want, I should say. And then we're going to go to the first chain on the corner. Once you get that done, you pick up your other two sets and you just join it just like you would at the beginning. It helps to hold the three pieces together like this. Keeps your stitches tight. So we're going to make a single crochet. And just keep going across. Square after square after square. So I'm going to finish this little row off camera, and once I get done with it, then I'll come back and I'll show you how to do the other way, lengthwise. Well, I'll show you just a minute. Okay, so after you get them done, then you flip them like this. And you can tell here that you can see the white of my yarn. But if you want to, you can go like here's two reds. You can crochet it together with red, and then when you get here, do a different color. However you want to do it is totally up to you. This is just how I did mine. So I'm going to finish. I've got 3 more squares I need to connect on there. I'm going to finish the 3 squares and then I'll be back and we'll go up and down. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've gotten to the end, so now what I need to do is I need to chain 1 and fasten off. And pull tight. And then I go to the other end and I pull tight on it as well. So then you flip it over, flip it out, just like so. And now we're going to take this end and we're going to flip it in. So where front side is facing front side. And we're going to get our yarn and we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to do the same exact thing that we just did. So we're going to go in the first chain in the front loop of the first piece, in the first chain of the second piece in the back loop. And just continue. Just like you normally would. And I'll go clear across for you. Well, I'll go to the joining here. So now we're at the same stitch where we connected the first time, the width way. And I go into those same 2 stitches and make a single crochet. Then I jump over that line and go into the same 2 stitches and make another single crochet. And then you just keep right on going. Until you're done. So I'm going to turn this out and I'll show you what the back looks like. So this is what the back will look like once you get your piece done. Now, like I said, you can stitch this together. I'm sorry, I stumbled all over my words there. Or you can whip stitch it however you want. I'm going to take this out because I got to put this on the other piece, on my much bigger piece. I do plan to go around it at least once, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Start with a slip knot on your hook and you join it to a corner. I like to join it with a single crochet. And then I'm going to chain 2, and that will count as my first double crochet. So then you're going to place 2 more double crochets in that same space. And you're going to go to the next space and place 3 double crochets. So now here we are, and we have 2 corners. But now the 2 corners don't count as corners. They count as a space on the side. So we're going to place 3 double crochet in that first corner. And then 3 double crochets in the next corner. And then in the next space, 3 double crochets, and you're going to do this all the way down the line. So I'm going to continue down this line until I get to the corner, and then I'll come back and show you what to do in the corner. I'll be right back. So I've made it to the corner, and we're going to place 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. Now if you're making, and then you go around your corner and you go down the side. If you're making a much bigger blanket than what I am, and you notice that along your top row it's like too tight, in between each cluster you can chain 1 or chain 2, which will make your spaces bigger. So I chained 1 there, and then I made my cluster of 3 double crochets. And it makes that a little bit bigger, if you can see that. Makes it a little bit bigger. Opposed to, that's how it is, that's how big the space is when you don't put a chain 1 in there. And this is how big it is when you put a chain 1 in there. And so you just keep going around your blanket. I will probably only go around once. Of course, this is what it looks like right now, but I ain't got these all connected yet. Like I said, I got to put this piece on my other pieces. Right now I have 2 very big pieces. I've got all of the width ways crocheted together. Now I just got to work on the lengthwise, plus this piece. So if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider doing so. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching my video from start to finish. I'm so sorry that I didn't get this out sooner. Just too many things kept piling up, so I had to put my crochet work on hold so I could deal with life. It happens. Hopefully it don't happen too much more, because I can't afford to lose any one of my subscribers, because I appreciate you all so very much. I will get this video up just as soon as I can get my blanket done. I am working on it now. I'll take a picture and I will put the finished project on this video. Until next time, please be safe out there. Bye.